I'm going to show you the exact campaign that we used to turn 112 Canadian dollars into 2 closings in 2026 in just under a month with a 300x return on ad spend. We've used this campaign for agents all over the US and Canada, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we do it. We're still able to get leads for under 1 Canadian dollar per lead in 2026. And I'm also going to show you how we can get around the 15-mile radius minimum which Meta imposes on us when we're targeting a location. In some cases, we're actually able to get around that, and I'm going to show you exactly how we do it in this video, as well as all of the systems that we implement so that you never need to call or chase leads ever again. So firstly, you want to be creating a new campaign on your ads manager. You want to click leads, click continue. Now you're just going to name this buy campaign, for example, or however you want to name it. I'm just going to name it buy campaign. Here, you're going to leave this as is. You're going to set your daily budget. I would suggest that you start with an absolute minimum of $5 per day so that you can actually get enough volume of leads to make it worthwhile. Here I would be selecting housing. You have to select housing here because we are running housing ads. So yeah, you need to comply with Facebook's policies. If you do not select housing here, your ad is going to get rejected and it's going to cause you problems. So make sure you do that. Here you're going to select the country. So let's just say, let's do this for the US. And then that's fine. And then here you can leave that. You're gonna move into the audience, which is the ad set. Here you're gonna just name this as open. And then you're going to select your Facebook page. Here you're gonna leave this as maximize number of leads. This part you're going to leave it as is. This bit you'll leave as is, and then here you're going to select your geographic area that you want to be targeting. So I'm going to go ahead and select the US. So here is where you can actually get clever and get around the targeting issues in terms of the minimum radius that you can target in certain areas. So for example, I found out that you can actually target counties. So in Manhattan, it's called New York County. So we're actually able to target Manhattan only by selecting New York County. Whereas normally you would need to be targeting 15 miles, which is normally way too big for the agents that we work with in the New York market, in the New York City market. So here we're actually able to be clever and get around it by just selecting New York County. And this can be applied to many other locations in the US as well. So that's a little hack for you to be able to get around the 15-mile radius. Next, we're going to leave this as is. That's fine. We'll leave this as is as well. And then here we're going to create the ad. So what we're going to do here is you're just going to name this grid 1, copy 1. We use a grid image to generate buyer leads. That works extremely well. Here you're going to connect your Instagram page if you have one. And then we're going to then set up the creative here. So you're just going to select image ad. You're just going to go ahead and select the image ad that you create. So I recommend going on Canva, creating an image like this. So this consists of 3 front of home pictures and 1 kitchen. So that's something that works really, really well. Here we're just gonna use our tried and tested ad copy for our foreclosure campaign that we run to be able to generate the lowest cost leads possible. So where is that? Here it is. I'm going to copy that, paste it in. Here you just change the city to, or the area that you're targeting even. You want to match this as close as possible to the area that you're targeting so that it resonates with the maximum number of people. So here, in this case, we're doing Manhattan. So I'm going to put in Manhattan. I'll just put that in caps. And then here, we're going to do it again here. And then just remove like any extra spaces you may have. Just make sure it's formatted correctly. Make sure there's no spelling mistakes. And then you're going to put the headline in. So free list of foreclosures. And the reason this works so well is that everyone wants a good deal. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, everyone wants a good deal. So this works extremely well. There is no campaign that we've ever run that works better than this one. And this works in every market that we've tested it in. We've tested this side by side with other campaigns, and this always outperforms in terms of ROI. So here you're going to select learn more as well. This is statistically the highest converting call to action on Facebook. So now we're going to click next. You can ignore this, click next. Any AI enhancements I'll normally just turn on. And you click done here. And then you need to create the form. So we're going to go ahead and create the form here. So you can just put this as like foreclosure form. What I also do is I will go into settings here and put this as open so that if anyone shares this ad, then someone else can come through as a lead as well, even if they haven't come through the ad directly. So we always do that. Here, you're going to leave that as is. We're going to remove the intro as that just adds friction. We don't need to add more barriers to entry here. Here, we're going to change the order of this. So we're going to put low to high friction. So people are more likely to give us their name than their phone number. So we're just going to put that in the order. Here, we're going to untick that. In description, we're just going to put like what we're actually doing with the information. So that would be, let me find that. So here, I'm just going to tell them what we're doing with the information. And then you're going to go to privacy policy. You're just going to go ahead and copy and paste your privacy policy link here. If you don't have one, you can just go to ChatGPT and get one created. But actually it looks like this is optional now. So it seems like you don't even have to do that anymore. So yeah, if you don't wish to do it, don't do it. And then you would go into ending here. You're going to put the headline here, which is, is it gone? We will be in touch today. So that just tells them to expect a call. So we should be calling these leads as quickly as possible. We're going to put the description as one of this right now, get it at the link below. And here is when we are going to send them to a survey to be able to fill out more information on what they're looking for. And that allows us to also get a micro commitment from them and get more data on what they're looking for as well. So here I'm going to put the call to action as give me my list. And then here you're going to put the link to the survey, which takes them to, so when they click this give me my list button, it will take them to the survey. So here you're going to put the survey link. And then you're going to take this. This just allows us to start a conversation with that person on Facebook and Instagram as well. And the benefit of that is if they wish to just speak to your messenger, then they can do that. It just gives us another channel to speak with them from, and there's no downside to it. So take that, make sure you put the link in here, and then just click create form. And then you're just going to close this, and then you're going to click create form. And in this case, I need to fill in some other stuff, but you can just go ahead and create that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create two of these. So create another image like this one. And so then you duplicate this one, put this as grid 2. remove this bit, upload your other image here. So we're just going to remove this image, add another one. Let's just say this is another grid. I haven't got one right here right now to use, but you would be creating another grid image. Clicking next. And then now you would have two different images to test. And now we're going to duplicate this audience or ad set. And we're going to test this alongside interest targeting. So what that means is we're going to take this stack of interests and copy and paste it into here. Where is it? So here, detailed targeting. And that's all going to show up here. And these are things that home buyers would be interested in. And not just home buyers, but also sellers as well. So here's the stack that we use. If you want the document to just copy and paste it, just click the link in the description and you can get that sent over as well. So you can have that to copy and paste into your campaign. And now we are ready to launch. So here you would go into the campaign level and then you would click publish. And that's when you would have your campaign running. It may take a few hours to review or sometimes even a day. Roughly, you should expect your first lead to come in, depending on your budget, within your first day normally. However, sometimes it can be a bit later. So now here is the survey that we use to qualify leads further automatically. So from the Facebook form, we would send them here. And then if they fill this out, then they would be directly sent to a calendar where they can book in an appointment to speak with you directly. And from there, what we would do is we would send them to our VSL funnel or digital client presentation. And what that looks like is like this. So we would have a headline here that is relevant for your market, put your logos and everything. You would have a video which goes over why someone should work with you, provides case studies of other clients you've helped in the area. You're providing value to them by going through the home buying process in your market. You're going through frequently asked questions, and then you're having a call to action at the end to basically say book an appointment for any leads that haven't actually booked an appointment. So when all of the leads come through, we would send them directly here if they haven't booked an appointment. And then we would also be looking to call them as soon as possible. And this is the qualification process that we would have in place to be able to qualify the leads that we generate for the clients that we work with. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So we have a very extensive form. We have 14 buyer questions and then 9 seller questions that we would go through with leads to qualify them for the clients that we work with. We would rate the lead and then give a reason for the rating. You can, replicate this for any ISAs that you've hired, and that way you can have a very, very streamlined process in order to be able to turn these leads into clients. Also, if you wanted to actually increase the quality of the leads that are being generated, you do have an option to be able to do that. Let's say you don't have an ISA to call the leads for you, and you want high quality leads to call yourself. What you can do is actually go into questions here, back in the form, and you're going to turn on conditional logic. So just to give you an example, we had a client in Manhattan where they didn't work with rentals, they only worked with buyers. So what we did is we added a question in here that says, are you looking to buy, are you looking to rent or buy? If they selected rent, then what we would do is we would eliminate them from the process and we wouldn't allow them to come through as a lead. So that then trains the algorithm to find us more buyers as opposed to people who are looking to rent. And that allows us to get in front of more buyers as opposed to renters. And That's something that can help you filter the leads and just speak to high quality people as well. And there's other questions that you can add in as well. For example, if you had a budget, certain budgets that you don't work with, you could say, what's your budget for a new home? And then you could have, 300 to 400K, 400 to 500K. If you don't work with under 300K, you could have an option for under 300K and eliminate them. And how you would do that is you would select close form. So that means they get sent to a different ending page. And for the people that you do want, we would click here, go to the next question. Where's it gone? Sorry, not go to the next question. It would be submit form, and then this one, end page for leads. So that's if you want to filter leads more, then you have that option as well. So if you found this useful, please like, comment any questions that you may have, and subscribe so that you receive any of the new videos that I'll be putting out, as I'll be putting out a lot of value for you guys to hopefully grow your business. Thanks.